let's say what we got it. So loss is y cap, and then we put square for a single value, right? That is we got. Now point is here. This is nothing but a quadratic function. So for simplification, what we can do? We have a one variable function. Let's say one variable function is, let's say, y equal to x square. Okay. So that means function of x is x square. So now if we want to minimize, which value this function will be minimum? Obviously, if we put x equal to 0, that will be the minimum value. Otherwise, all values are positive. Okay. Okay. Now let's say I plot it. Okay. So this is fx, and this is x. This is the one-dimensional value x. Now, whatever the values of x, okay, whatever the values of x, let's say x equal to 1 or x equal to minus 1. So it will be the value the same because it is a square. So eventually you'll get a plot like that. No doubt you have, right? Okay. So you don't have any doubt. So this will automatically, it will be like that. So if you put 2x square, so it will be the same. So only it will be much cheaper. Okay. Now what is the objective? I have to find the value of x when this function will be minimized. Easily we can say if x is 0, then this will give you the minimum value. Okay, no doubt. But if you have a complex function, say 2x squared plus y square or so on, two values function, then it will be quite difficult to tell that what will be the value of x and y. Okay. So for simplicity, we have taken this value. Okay. Let's say we don't have this value here. Then what? How to? And then we have a set of points, and then from set of points we have to compute the minimum value of x. How it can be done? So how we verify this one? Whether what we do it? Let's say we start from any arbitrary point. Say value of x is, let's say, x value start from what? X can be positive and negative. So let's say 100 and plus 100. Now we start the value from x, any value x. Let's say x value is positive. Let's say here x equal to 4. Now what will be the value of 4? So this will be 16. Let's say this is 16. Now ideally what we should do, we want to find the value of x where the function attain the minimum value. What we do it, we put a, for this point, particular value of x, we draw a tangent. That tangent is nothing but this gradient. For here, what we do it? So x new, this will be x old value. This is learning parameter into delta f of x of fx. Now, what is the significance? Significance is that why it is negative. So now here, this tangent value, this tangent, it is nothing but a line. Okay. So if you see this line, what will be the slope of this line? This slope of this line will be positive, right? Slope of this line will be, so this slope of this line will be positive. Now, if it is positive slope, then what we have to do? We have to attain this point. So we have to decrease the value of x. So therefore, whatever the right now position, we have to come down. Okay, come down how far? No, that is the gradient. So gradient means here is, say, twice x. We have to come down to twice x. And if you come down too much, then we may skip this part. That I will come little later. So we will come down here. And then to reduce this very small region, what we do it, we multiply with a learning parameter lambda. Similarly, if I put it here, where should I go? Our objective to come here. So again we come down here, again we draw the tangent here, and then we come tangent at this point and again come down. So it is like you are in a hill and then you are down to the hill. So gradually you come here and let's say at this point here, when you come at this point, again you draw the tangent here. And what will be the tangent here? Slope. This slope will be negative. And what is the value of this part? This value is old value. So suppose earlier its value was somewhere here, and or somewhere all the values here is negative value, right? Slope is also negative. Now what will come here? So x new, this will be some negative value. Old value is negative if this side, and then what will happen? Lambda is very small value, and then you compute this part. This part is already negative and you have a negative, so this is also in negative, so it will be positive plus say some values is delta x. Now this value is negative, this value is positive. So if you here somewhere, obviously you go again the down towards this zero value. Did you understand this part? What I said here, see when you are here, that time also you are also going down here, you are going down to the slope negative direction. This is the slope is positive and you are going down, because that is why negative values is there. Now if you are here, obviously you draw the slope, that slope is also negative. And now what is the objective? Objective is that you have to come down from here to again you have to come here. So therefore, if it is negative, so negative is positive. But you are here, then what is the value of x? Value is negative. So whatever the value, so let's say this value is -4, and this value you are coming 0.1. So then it is getting reduced. So that means you are going towards 0. So that is why this formula is like this one. Okay. So still I accept that I am not explaining that how this formulation came. So that is something by Cauchy 1874 introduced this optimization technique. Okay, that I am not going to teach you. So in that case, you have to see the book of optimization. I am saying ki if it is any quadratic function, using this explanation, we can verify this is right. Okay, so if this is the case, what I am saying, see any quadratic function will be like that. There will be one local minimum. A complex function more than one variable, then it will be difficult. Because it is only a single variable, so it will be always like that. So if it is a multiple variable, then we don't know actually how it will be. There may be minimum, say multiple local minimum. So it may be a zigzag way. So it may be like that. Okay. So for simplest way, so whenever you are here, so you go down and down, and it may happen. So you point list again. You try to find. So then again you draw the slope here, and then again if you see it, you are again coming down here. Wherever it is always it is coming down. So that is the it is something called the gradient descent. So always it will go to the so close to the local minimum. Here is the global minimum. Okay. So having said that, now we'll go back the part here. Okay, now we assume that we understood these two formulation. Last class we talk about this part. Okay, already we talk about this part. Only I didn't discuss this part lambda IL. How we are getting lambda IL here. So lambda IL, as I said, we started talking about. So I will take another 5 minutes here. So it's really very difficult to teach. Yeah. See this diagram, you can see. I am expecting that you can see. So we have the last level node. So last level node is output is nothing but AL. Okay. So what is AL? Sigmoid function of y bar. Okay. So this is nothing but we can get y e to the power L at the last position. Okay. I think I did mistake somewhere. Okay. So that is what we have to do it. This is not A is something. This is loss actually. Then what we need to compute? We need to compute delta loss by del. What is that? Del AIL. For last, what we have to do? You have to compute what will be the loss with respect to the last node. Okay. So what will be that? So that will computed in the last class. So this is square. So we computed del loss by del AIL will be 2 into ALY. Right? Now what we do it? Once we compute loss here, then we compute loss for this node. Once we compute the loss for this node, again we compute this one and we'll go in that way. So this loss I can write, that is delta at the level L. So there is only one node. Okay. So loss at this level, what we can write it if it is level L. So this is, we can write L plus 1. Essentially this is the last. So this is the last level here. And then we can say L minus 1. Okay. So if that is the case, then you can see the slide here. So what will be the delta? What will be the so we computed delta A, we computed delta of loss, sorry, not delta, say del loss by del AL. So that is we got 2 into AL. Now what you do it, what we need to compute in the previous, if you see this is, we say it delta IL. What we need to compute it, delta loss with respect to delta IL, that is we need to compute. So to compute this one, we use the chain rule, delta loss with respect to delta AIL plus 1. Okay, that diagram if you remember, so we computed for the last node, now we are computing for the previous node here, previous level. So this is L minus 1, or otherwise you can say this is L plus 1. Multiplied into delta AI at the level L plus 1 divided by, as we know, AI at level equal to function of Zi. This is essentially function of 1 by 1 plus e to the power Zi. So therefore, what we write? AI is on a Z at the level, same level, and then what we do? Zi level plus on, and then with respect to, we started with AI. So there is AI. Okay. What is this? This one is the previous level. Previous level we already computed and we got it here. So that is delta I L. We won't write IL, we'll write with respect to this one, it is L plus 1. So we write it is L plus 1. Now this one we computed earlier. Delta AIL only we computed by ZAIL. So it will be the same thing, AIL plus into 1 minus A. What is that? AIL plus. Okay. Now we have to compute this part. What is this part? To compute this part, you put L plus 1, here Z L plus 1, here Z I plus L plus 1. Okay. So if you write it here, what is the function Z I L plus 1 equal to? What is that? That is summation over Wij. L plus I means what? Associated with node AIL plus BIL plus 1. And this will be Wij associated with L plus 1. Okay. So now if you take the derivative, delta IL L plus 1 by delta, what is that? Delta AIL. What will be that part? All will be cancelled out, only you will remain this part. So this will be Wij L plus 1. Okay. So therefore this will be Wij plus 1. You have any question? Or do you want me to repeat this part?
Sir, please repeat.
Should I repeat now or I repeat later on?
So now we have class. Next class, can you repeat?
You have class, right?
Sir.
What time? 11 o'clock. So if
11,
I repeat, so you'll be here, right? No one will leave. Should I repeat?
No, sir. Please repeat it in the next class. Now
Or
we have.
you are asking repeating in the next class?
Yes, sir. Now we have software engineering class because.
Okay. Okay, then again I have to start. I somehow I could not complete this part. Okay. Or maybe evening.
Okay, sir.
Evening, are you free, everyone? 5:15. It will take only 30 minutes.
Okay, sir.
You are okay, but what about the others?
Actually,
yes, Onimus.
we BTech have classes till 4:15. So if you can finish the class in 30 minutes, maybe from 4:30 to 5, we'll have it get finished.
So
No, sir, we have class.
You can give only from 4:30, huh?
Sir, we have
We have
data
class,
science
sir,
class.
4:15.
We have data science class.
Okay, so I will take class from 5:15. Is it okay?
5:30, sir, 5:30. Sir, actually, sir, 4:15 class extend till 5:30. That's why I'm saying
Which
from
class?
5:30.
Which class? Data science?
Sir, no, sir, software architecture, sir.
5:30. Okay,
Yes,
then 5:30 to 6. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, by then. And tomorrow again we have. Tomorrow again we will have class 4:15.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday. Okay.
And sir, what about this derivation? Can you send it to website?
What?
Sir, can you send this derivation, sir?
I can send it, but while I am doing, you should understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay then, bye.